Time for the session. Time for me to give my
Start.
players nightmares.
No, don't you dare.
I know who's going to get
Literal.
one.
Get my journal
Literal.
open on my character sheet. I have to get
We
my character
recording?
sheet open.
Yes, we have started recording. So, is everyone ready?
Yep.
Yes.
Ma'am.
I am back. I'm ready.
All right. So we pick off as Ophelios left. Alish has finished putting his spells in his books, and everyone is getting ready to go off to the next part of their adventure.
Well, this will be exciting.
The wagon is parked outside with the driver ready to go, and you guys packing up everything you need.
You guys all ready to go?
And then Daisy will give him a hug.
You can tell that he is not used to hugs.
Yeah,
She
I'd be
gives him a
careful.
hug anyways.
Yeah, I'd be
But it's a
careful with
gentle
her.
hug,
Yeah,
not
I'd be.
so type of hug.
Yeah, I'd be careful with her. She could give some very monstrous hugs.
You look at him, Quinn, and you see his face turning blue, going, "Yep, I noticed."
Yeah, if he kind of loosens her grip some, that way he can still be able to breathe, but a very gentle hug.
Well, now you know how I feel.
Then she lets go. It's like, oh, sorry, I'm not used to fragile people. I'm used to other dragonborns.
Noted.
Nephra will actually no.
Duly
Okay, her
noted.
comment of on Dace's comment of "I'm not used to fragile people." Nephrite will just lean over before hugging her parents and say, "History has proven differently. Myself and Quinn have been your primary victims of your hugs." Rephrase that.
Besides you two,
Alright, you two. Let's not start this day off with arguing. Let's just start it off
we're
with
not
a
gonna-
nice,
we're
peaceful
not
game.
arguing. We're actually getting along.
And it's pretty much late afternoon right now.
Right.
Cat, please don't ruin this. Mm.
Hey, I'm the DM. I'm the one who has to tell you guys the details.
Hey, I forgot, okay? Sue me.
Yeah. It's okay. Yeah, and then Deza's gonna gently pick up Quinn
Ah,
and then start to head out to the cart.
wait, I can walk there by myself? Nephi, please help?
Let me think. No. And Nephra will walk over to Core
You will
and
pay
hand
for
over-
this.
and hand over the letter that she wrote for the Queen and just say, whenever anyone of the royal court comes over, would you mind giving them this letter just in case they haven't already heard that we're about to leave?
I will send a letter to the next person from the court I see. And pretty much, he says that you guys see running through the door, passing, hearing from outside, going, "What are you guys talking about that you're leaving?"
Oh. Of course.
Oh, hi there. Yeah, we're sorry.
We're not leaving permanently.
We will be back sometime.
If it,
I know you'll be back, but still
if it help,
running off,
if it help,
not telling anyone. You know how much paperwork that's gonna add?
Ethan's gonna go over here and hug him.
Oh
Ah,
no.
ah,
Okay.
Serious,
If it
please.
helps, hey, if it helps, We're going to find another major artifact.
She drops it. It's like, oh, sorry, I don't know my own strength.
I seriously doubt that.
Well, if it makes you feel better, you're not the only one that I,
I
Actually,
can't
the
believe
first
that.
time you actually-
Where's pointy ear girl? Where's Nephrite?
Ogden points inside the keep, but also he did say something to him in the side chat to
Yeah.
Michael.
Yep, I know. He acknowledges that you said something, but still looks pretty annoyed as he goes inside. I assume you guys were gonna leave a notice right when you're at the gate.
Core, would you mind handing me back the letter? Because I think your job is a bit of a moot point right now.
Yes, sure thing. I'd rather see you do this than, you see me do this.
Fair enough. And Nephrite will take back the letter and hand it over
Well,
to...
okay, what happened to the token?
What happened there?
He casted a larger deuce on himself.
Okay, anyways.
That was my fault,
But-
that's my fault.
You're fine. But
Any-hoozles.
Nephrite will walk over to Eichel and just say, I pretty much thought of that ahead of time as precautionary. So, here you go. And she will hand over the letter to Eichel.
Well, I've lived like this, a day before you decide to leave instead of like 10 minutes, but the fact that you considered letting us know is appreciated. Whereabouts are you headed?
We're actually heading to Alicia's hometown.
No, we're not.
We're heading
No,
to
we're
Tita.
heading to Feline.
Oh,
We're heading to Celine, and then we'll walk the rest of the way to Atita.
Oh, that's right. I forgot. Sorry, Nephrite.
I see.
It's fine.
I see. Well, I'll see if we can try to get word into Atita, especially to the leader of the area that you're coming, so hopefully you could get an audience with them.
I just hope the letter won't be intercepted. That would not be fun.
We
Yes.
can only hope.
Yes, we can only hope. But we will send word to Mayor Reva that you're on your way, and hopefully it'll make things easier for you.
Hope you got a fast carrier to outrun anyone.
We have a pretty good method of sending messages.
Oh, really? How?
That would be with the spell Nunya.
Oh!
See Kren give a glare to him?
Which means he can't say anything about it.
Yeah, you ain't getting any of my candy. I was gonna share some with you, but not now.
I never been fond of sweets anyway, so no loss. And then Eichel kind of looks at the dwarf there, going, and who is this? A new house guest?
Hello, Helgi. The name is Holmir.
Oh, Baldbeard for short.
Also, the phrase he said, Apparently, that's your species in Dwarven language.
Yes, I've been called that, much to my displeasure.
You're gonna have to get used to it. Couldn't
Eh,
get
just
this
be,
far.
just be glad you've not. Just be glad I haven't called yet the other way, the other word.
Oh, really? What's the other word?
You don't
No.
wanna know, lad.
And after, when I call her what Augment says, he's going, oh great, they keep multiplying.
Blame the witch herself. It's better to have more allies than more enemies.
Yeah, we got plenty of those.
On that part, I agree. I will deliver your message to the Queen, and we will send word to Mayor Reva that you're coming. So, it is my official duty to say good luck to you, and my personal wish is that all of you will not be too reckless when you leave the gates.
We all try to promise. Right, Dazo?
Yes, I promise.
Do you
So in
actually-
other words, Michael, that is a wish that is a partial dream.
Hey, she's trying to get better, okay?
I'm sorry if I can't take her promises seriously.
Oh boy, here we go again.
I'm sorry, if you want to have an attitude with me, then by all means, keep defending all of her recklessness. I'm
I'm
still going to
not.
be this way.
Can we just try to leave the city without having an argument, please?
I would love to.
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
Well, best of luck out there. And he looks to Nephrite, Augment, Cortana, Null, and Elise. You're all gonna need it. And leaves.
Ah, they've got a doorway with them now. They've got all the luck they need.
Hey, do
What
you want
did-
another hug?
He politely declines as he leaves.
I'm surprised he didn't want. I'm surprised he didn't run away.
Oh, he was about to book it, I tell ya.
But I still wonder. To the four of you he met, what did he mean by you'll need it?
You'll understand as time goes on. Anyway, I believe we have all the necessities we need. Mom, Dad, will you be okay with Core running the place while we're gone?
Of course.
And if anything goes wrong, let the Queen notify us immediately.
We certainly will, sweetie. And
So,
you see your mom
all
run ahead and says, I gotta give one last squeeze.
Ah!
Seems like
It's
the
like-
only one you have to feel hugs from.
And then Dazo like give both Nephrite and her mom a gentle hug.
We'll be fine, Mom.
Alright. Make sure
Now
you write
all
to us.
bases being covered.
Make sure you write to us often, okay? Otherwise, we're not
I-
afraid to go out there and grab you and see if you're okay.
I'll make sure to send a letter.
Alright. And she returns back to her husband and says, I'm so proud of my baby. Look how much she's grown. She takes that from you, sweetie.
Aw, that's adorable.
Now all boxes being checked off for precaution, necessities, transportation. Is everyone
ma'am.
prepared to go?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Yeah. Lorelai steps up saying, I'm ready to go.
What?
Go
I
on.
thought I told you to take care of yourself. We won't be long. I at least I hope so.
But I don't want to. I don't want to leave you alone, darling.
Neither do I, but... Yes, I can understand your concern. If something happened to me, it'd be like... Who knows how long it would be before everyone made it back to give you that kind of news. But on the other hand... if you stayed behind and something happened here... You're right. We need to be as close together. We need to stick together as much as we can.
Aww.
It may not be the same as when we traveled alone between Mirwood and Kaam, but it's a new one for all of us, I guess.
I know I'm not much of a fighter, but I can help out with camps and stuff, and I don't want to feel like I'm losing you again. Not after we found each other.
Okay. Is everyone alright with this?
Seems Augment's not, but the rest of us, I'm pretty fine with it.
I have no
Right.
quarrels.
Alright. Just... try to stay out of the thick of things.
I will. I promise.
That makes 2 promises we need to keep.
Mm.
Let's go.
All right.
Seems we got another companion. I hope you enjoy your travels with us, Miss Lorelai.
Definitely will with a cute little guy like you.
He blushes.
Yeah, and Daisel comes over to Lorelai and gives her a very gentle hug.
She smiles and returns the hug as everyone gets onto the wagon. And we are off!
To be honest, Kat, I'm actually kind of surprised you allowed Lorelai to come.
Why not?
What? I'm actually not. I'm actually
Well-
not surprised because we're down a man. Plus, the more magic we have, the more capabilities we have to either subdue or manipulate something against us.
Well, I understand that, but as Kat said before, and I was trying to think with her in mind, she has a lot of people to control.
Okay, can I do this one little thing?
Depends on what it is.
We're off to see the wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oz!
That wasn't as bad.
I'm sorry! I had to get on my system!
Look on the bright side, guys. At least it wasn't as bad. Sorry.
It's a great moment!
No, you're fine, y'all. Y'all are fine. Y'all are fine.
Yeah, it's a
Sorry.
great moment.
Sorry. I'll shut up.
No, you're fine.
But
So does anyone remember how many towns we have to pass through?
we need to
we-
pass through
Iron
Iron Maw to get to Thaleen, and then we'll walk from Thaleen to Atita.
Kato, what about this one?
That's Iron Maw.
Oh, okay. Aren't we not passing through Iron Mall too?
That's what I said earlier. We're gonna pass through Iron Maw to get to Thelene. Then we'll go from Thelene on foot to Atita.
Sure,
but we're
that's
not
okay.
going to stop there.
No. We're just gonna go. We're riding by them.
Right, and I see where the arrow is going straight down through Celius. Please, no.
No. That's just how it is positioned. You're not going to Celius.
Oh my god.
Yeah, just needed to.
Yeah, she just had to readjust the arrow.
Yeah, just have to rotate the arrow to follow the road.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, if I may say, there is one good thing that I've learned about this. Well, I figured out. I don't know why, but every town I've been to, I've always seemed to have a good memory of it.
How so?
Like, you know how sometimes I like to explore without boss?
Whenever you're alone, yes.
Well, I figured with a little remembrance, I can try to remember all the little nooks and crannies. That way, we might be able to also turn the terrain against our enemies.
But as you've said, it's for something that you can remember. If we're not in a town that you remember, then that'll be a disadvantage for us.
That may be true, and that's why I'm glad we're going to a new town. Sorry I didn't say anything sooner. Things were a little crazy. I hope you can forgive me.
It's fine. It's fine. Hey, Dragon.
Hey, Dragon.
Dragon. Yes.
Dragon.
Howdy.
Hey, Dragon.
Okay, just to catch you up, you guys just left boss. After saying a couple of goodbyes to Nephrite's parents, continually annoyed Eichel, and Lorelei has joined your party.
So, does anyone know what Atita is like?
Damn, do we need to all roll histories or something?
Yes, you can all roll history except for Quen and Dazo.
Okay. Ah, market. I'm not wasting a flash of genius on that market.
I feel bad for you.
It's just a roll of the dice.
How do you end up getting a 12?
It's just a flash.
With a
Just a
9.
It's just a roll of the dice.
Dazo's preoccupied anyways.
Oh, Hulkmeal actually did pretty well with a negative.
Yeah, I got a 14 match with Augment.
Darned.
Null over here with a near nat 20.
That is
Dirty.
insane.
That's a dirty 19.
Almost
Fancy
a nat
cactus.
20 almost.
Yep,
Got a
so
15
a
for...
lot of you can remember that Atita is a well-known fishing town. They pride themselves with fish, history, and a few good sailors' tales here and there. It also has the one of the big boats that is one of the only ways to get to the Isles of Nindus. And it's a pretty popular tourist destination if you're looking for some good ale, some marine life, and really, really good fish and chips.
Holnir remembers. Holnir has been there for a year.
Oh, do they mention the Isles of Nidros? Is that how you say it?
That would require with Dragon and Null would combined. They would know more about the Isle of Nindus, as it is the trading ground for the Knights of Salius. For any knights that you want. You go there, you train for about 3 to 5 years until you become licensed in either knighthood, magic, and depending on your rank and skills, you're either in the service of Salius, Bass, or you're spread out across the world. It is the ideal place for training soldiers.
What about its town? What about the only known big town now?
Thalalasa? That
Yes.
is not a town. That is a giant fortress.
What about the
AKA
small? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
For the giant fortress, that would be the AKA key training ground for any knight within the entire realm.
Okay. What about the smaller? What about the small town?
That's Freestone Port.
Oh. Does anyone know what Freestone Port is like?
Holnir probably would.
Most likely you wouldn't actually. Who is the one with that knowledge of Freetown Port? I hate to say this, but it would have to have been Avelios.
No, I mean like the who would know about who would know about all the like guards being spread out from their sort of idea? Would all of us know that, or who specifically would know that?
You mean all the guards that are spread out from here?
Yeah.
That would be none of you.
Not even a liege?
None of us, because Elige is a soldier and most soldiers are home trained. The
Exactly.
fortress is where knights are going. Elige is not a knight, he is a soldier. There's
Yeah,
a huge difference.
Yeah, the only person that was in your group that would have had that information, I am so sorry, but it would have been Avelios.
Why? Oh, come on.
So,
Because that's where he met
informa-
his. Because that's where he met his 3 friends.
Why?
Back on track. Let's get back on track, people.
Anyway.
Yes, back on track, and as you guys are traveling, you notice that your wagon came to a complete stop.
Oh no.
Ay.
What now? Things were going so well.
What do we need to roll?
Perception?
Do I get advantage?
Yes, you do get advantage.
What about me? Would I have advantage? Because I've stated earlier that I would, to an extent, be looking out for anything suspicious or similar to him.
In fact, all of you get advantage because this is very hard to miss.
All of us get advantage, and it's very hard to miss.
16.
I'm only got
I got Cactus Market.
I know, I saw it.
No, don't mark it yet. Dezo, roll one more time.
Oh.
Advantage.
No, I rolled the first time I got 15.
Yes.
And you don't have a 12. It's just a 15.
Yep, 15.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, I didn't know at
Cactus, you
first
cannot-
we had advantage, so I rolled
Yeah.
a second time and thought,
So, in
oh,
other words,
there
Cactus, you
go.
can delete that one.
That's one more time.
Holy crap!
Oh, no.
Yep.
What is with
Please no.
Yep.
what is with all the plant life?
Yep. You look at Ironball and you see vines everywhere.
Holy crap!
Lisa's not
What?
happy right now.
Wish I was an Iron Drake. Oh well.
What would I need to roll to see if I recognize these? Because I think I know exactly what these might be.
Insight.
Can I also roll?
Yes.
So much
and
green.
and Alicia can too.
Can Dezo do?
You can try.
I do not like how you said you can try.
But
Ah, 21.
Okay. Okay. Gonna say this one at a time. Augment.
Forgot.
Okay. This is gonna get different people's points, so I'm gonna do this one at a time. Holnir, to you those look like ordinary plants, including nephrite.
okay.
Augment, you kind of recognize these plants as stuff you would normally see from like Elmore Forest or the Boar Woods. Daisel, with your druid powers, you realize that these vines have been magically infused to grow more rapidly than other vines. Alish, you kind of remember seeing this kind of thing before, when your hometown was attacked.
Oh dear.
Oh no! Please don't tell
Yeah.
me the dryads
I
are
know
at it
who's
again.
causing this.
Yeah, and then Dezo's gonna speak up. Yeah, these vines have been magically infused to grow fast.
What? How did this even happen? There's not even nature surrounding this place.
Somebody had to be growing it.
How the heck could they even grow it this fast?
Magic.
I was going to speak up though. Remember how our cart was stopped after we left Nemia?
Yep. At that note, you look down and you notice one of the wheels is starting to be covered by the vines.
Crap. Someone get the vines off quickly! Wait a minute, maybe this will work. Can I use my fire gem dagger?
You can certainly try.
Alright.
Bah,
I don't like how that is.
bah.
Yeah.
Okay.
The one time I denied having a truck friend. I declined. Ah.
Yep. You quickly grab the vine as a source using the fire dagger to cut it, and the vines that were surrounding your wheel quickly died.
Yeah, eat that. Please don't tell me it's one of those plant people again.
Let's keep going. Try to find the source.
Should we? Or should we move on? I feel like we probably have no choice. If we leave this alone, it could spread to the nearby towns.
Yeah, it's like, Lorelai, move the cart away from the vines.
You know I'm a druid too, right? I can talk to vines.
I can too.
Look, now is not the time for arguing, but we all can move the cart in a different spot, while Lorelai can come with us. Her talents would actually be of use here. After all, Oh, 2 druids are better than 1.
Yeah, that's true. You do got a point there, Quinn.
If I remember correctly, Iron Maw has a good forge here. We can probably find some things that spew fire.
Well, for right now, the only thing we have is my fire dagger.
I know a couple of fire spells. Same for a Liege and same for Null.
No, I don't know any fire.
Oh, I thought you did. My bad. So negate that portion out of character.
Ice.
We should
I only
probably
know cold.
Cold could actually work too. Some plants hate the cold.
I might if I have a better idea for this. Lorelai, you say you can speak to vines, right?
Yeah.
Would it be possible for you to ask them where exactly the source is coming from? That way it can be easier on us to find out where we can start, and on top of that we also get more information from an outside source.
I can certainly try. But we have to get a lot closer to town for that.
Oh boy. Well, let's at least move the cart out of the way so it doesn't get tangled. That would not be fun.
The driver of the cart says, "Roger that. I don't want to get tangled in this."
Yeah, just move it away from the town as far as you can where it's safe.
All right.
Okay, out of character, why does this remind me of the Everfree Forest from MLP?
Did you?
No.
Okay. I was
Yes.
wait. If you
Yes.
got this idea from that.
No.
Okay, fine.
So, you all go into town.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
Called
them.
it.
It is actually them. Why? We should try to avoid them as best we could. Let's sneak around. Oh, wait, Cat. Would this be the perfect time for my background to shine?
It would actually.
Alright, how do I exactly use it? Because this is the first time.
Give me one moment.
Thank you, Cat.
I will require a survival check to remember which way to go. And once you remember that path, it will take you guys twice as fast to get there with Quinn's instructions. However, with the vines everywhere, if you move anywhere close to a vine, it will count as sort of half movement.
Oh, that's not gonna be fun. Luckily,
Okay.
though, that doesn't affect me, but it does affect others. Dang it. Alright, time for survival. My whiz sucks. So here goes.
Where are you going first?
Oh. I'm just trying to find the shore. I'm gonna go this way.
Okay, next time you gotta declare where you're going first so I can point you to the right direction.
Mm-hmm.
But with that roll, you don't know where to go.
Damn it. Why does my whiz suck?
Could Dezo try her hand at survival to know what direction to go?
It would be at disadvantage because right now all you guys are hearing is vines growing and people fighting.
Oh, wait. Is it possible for me to try it again, but this time ask for help?
Who are you asking?
I'm gonna ask Dazo.
Yes. Yeah, and Dazo's gonna help out.
Give me a second because something's chilling up my spine.
Yes.
That's a nat 1.
I'm on it, but give me a second.
I guess I'll wait.
The other side would have been a 12.
Well, I guess I'll wait to roll then.
Would DM could Quinn try to roll again or no?
At this point, no.
Okay. But okay, so
This isn't good.
we'll see how well I do. I got a 3, but
Oh, you did better than I did.
I did not.
Serious?
I did not say you could roll yet.
oops.
No.
Oh well, ignore that. Then. Well, I got 15
Because we got 7 other people who haven't done anything yet.
Oh. But anyway, sorry.
But, Kat, I whispered you something if you didn't get it.
Okay. Yeah. You just entered the city, so there is no one behind you.
Okay, not really. Okay, I'm looking at it from left to right as if I'm reading it, but I mean, like, this group in front of us.
Yes, you see what looks to be a large plant-like figure with like a mushroom top on its head, slowly looking around.
Oh, now that looks delicious. Lovely
No.
mushroom.
No,
Yep.
don't
It
you
wouldn't be a nature check.
No.
Yes.
Okay, how about this? I have a better idea. If nobody finds us a goddamn way out of this mess, we're gonna be dealing with shrooms.
I was trying to, okay?
That could be a fun time.
No, it will not.
Yeah, would this be a nature?
Yes, that would be a nature.
Normal?
Yes, that would be normal.
Okay.
Crap, I am so sorry, guys.
Cactus.
Please tell me I know what they are.
You kind of do. You've seen descriptions of these kinds of creatures before. Mike Holland.
Mike Holland or
Mike Conan.
My Conan.
McConan? Okay. Yeah, Dazo's gonna speak up. These are McConan.
That's a weird name. But
What's
we're
on
gonna
the
go-
table?
Hostile or
Let's go.
hospitable?
What do you think?
I'm asking the person who knows.
Would I know?
You know they're not particularly friendly.
Yeah, it's like they are not friendly.
Yeah, and I'm actually gonna have
Good.
Lorelai roll that too.
Oh, yeah.
Really?
How come she does better than me?
It is a roll of the dice, you two.
Yeah,
I
so
have bigger eyes, see? But no.
yep, so she knows that they're not particularly friendly, but she also kind of knows that these creatures usually they survive more in dark, danky places, not in streets like this.
Cat, quick question. For Ogma's advice, does everybody who isn't trying to find a route for us to take need to roll stealth checks in order to hide?
If you're trying to hide, yes, and in that case, everyone can do that, except for Quinn and Daisel, because they were looking for where to go first.
Yes.
Okay.
Stealth check.
Sorry, guys.
Sneaky little
Wow!
Wow.
Never mind.
No, wait, that is sleight of hand. God dang it, I hit the wrong thing.
But still, you had a good nat 20!
Doesn't count, though.
Yeah, it doesn't count. I mean, I could
Yeah,
beg
it's like-
Cat if I could keep the nat 20, but turn that from a 25 to a 21.
I'm afraid not. You have to roll again.
Okay. No, just for my own safety. Oh, wait. No,
You have plus
I don't mind
previous-
getting caught. Wait a second. I don't mind getting caught, but I'm going to change that 5 to a 10. It might not be that much, but a 10 is better than a 5. So whoever that 5 belongs to, their stealth is now a 10.
Yep, that would be Lorelai's.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm a sneaky little dwarf.
I was not as stealthy.
Yep, so Holinir does a really good job at sneaking away, as so does Null. However, the rest of everyone else is kind of hard to find a good hiding spot, and well, you notice the Molokai trying to run through stuff. He quickly noticed you, and everyone roll initiative.
This is why I was trying to find a way out.
Engine 9. Dang nabbit. What is up with the flippin' eyes?
Seriously? Why me?
Hey, would you rather go for a 9?
Well, at least I'm not going last.
Really?
So many.
999.
Lorelai and... Who's the other 9? Oh.
I'm going to take a wild guess and say the other 9 is possibly Aerith.
Ah!
Rapist!
No, that's like, no, interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Let's...
Yeah, better. Yeah. Uh-huh.
All right,
Wait.
start of the round. Elise, you are first.
Wait, what was Cactus's
Yeah, because Cactus rolled a...
You
in
got
total, he got a
4.12,
23.1.
Cactus.
No, he doesn't. Cactus got a 23... Oh, no. Cactus got a 4.12, but he rolled a 3.
Yeah.
But also, Elise is hidden because he got a 15. So,
Yeah.
advantage on a shot, though.
Yes.
So, what is the calling?
Pardon?
So, I mean, I got a 15 for hide. Does that confer any bonuses? Because you said that everybody but like a couple of people had trouble finding a place.
For you, if you want to keep hidden, you do get advantage on stealth, and only if the plant comes towards you and doesn't see you, you would get advantage with an attack.
Can I tell that it's spotted the rest of the group?
Yep, yep, at this point it's easily spots Lorelei, Augmen, and Nephrite.
And I believe I have some familiarity with these creatures from
You
my
do.
background.
You do, yes.
What kind of action is it to do a perception?
Perceptions. One perception is a free action, but if you're trying to look for something that is, a weakness in the creature, that'll be more insight, and that will take a bonus action.
So I'm looking for taint.
I'm sorry, you're looking for what?
Taint. The corruption.
The plant is corrupted.
Because you have seen this before, it does not take long for you to kind of see a bit of corruption in the plant.
I will tell the rest of the group. These ones are corrupted. They will not be behaving like normal ones would. And let's see. I will do.
Alright.
I have to do this the hard way, folks.
No, you're fine.
You're fine.
Yep.
It just leads to more suspense.
Okay, is it me, or why are there so many knights here?
Trying to defend the city?
Okay, so
That
you.
the only reason?
Okay, so you shoot them out cord. You lose all advantages of stealth since it knows you attack, and you kind of see what looks to be some yellow spores that kind of shot out of his mushroom head.
Oh crap.
Ooh.
That can't be good.
Is that all you're doing, Elise? Alright, that ends your turn. No, you were up next. Storm?
He's moving up. Oh.
Oh yeah, I'm muted. I was muted. Sorry, I didn't notice.
Hey, like, we
okay.
got a voice! Voice has a voice!
Yeah, sorry.
No.
So, anyways, I'm gonna drop stealth and move forward. Like Alish said, this is gonna be the hard way. So,
Be careful of those spores.
yep. I'm just gonna get close enough so I'm in range. So first of all, I'm pretty sure I'm in range of. Yep, definitely. And I'm gonna fire off a. And I shall fire off a ray of frost.
That's perfect. Plants don't usually like the cold. Well, some do, but
Uh,
And actually, that because of. It would actually be because of my level 6 ability. That would do 14 damage because it's cold.
Nice.
15 actually. Sorry.
how much? Sorry, 13?
Oh, 15.
15.
Okay. And next, Avenger is gonna fly over here, and I believe he should have enough range to. Yes. So again, switch the pointer. And for 6.
Wow, okay. So,
Oh!
you
Judging by that statement, I'd say he's gone.
yeah. This one collapses dead. And after he's been dead, you hear a sort of shriek coming off from the distance, and you realize that you grab the attention of these two.
Christ.
Is that the end of your turn?
Yes.
Nephrite, you are up.
Okay, in order for us to find out, you said survival at disadvantage for those that don't have the urchin background?
Yes.
I'm sorry, okay? My wisdom sucks.
You're fine.
Where are you trying to go?
The original way the Queen was trying to go. Survival, disadvantage.
Okay, that's your bonus action. What are you gonna do for your action?
Because I am trying not to alert the others. I'm really trying not to.
And I got it for you, Sound.
Thank you.
That's 150.
Yep, thank you. Know what? I might as well just do it. Gotta be a bit of a dunce move, but yeah, it's a move that I would love to use anyway. Aura Vitality is concentrated for up to a minute, just in case something goes wrong. Healing energy radiates from me in an aura within 30 feet, so everybody is within this aura as long as I don't move. Until the spell ends, which is up to a minute, the aura moves with me and centers on me. I can use a bonus action to cause one creature within the aura, including myself, to regain 2d6 hit points. So in case anybody does get hit, bonus action, I can heal you.
That's perfect.
Here, that helps.
Thank you. So with that, I end my turn, just as a precautionary.
Okay, Gwen,
Alright.
you are up.
I'll get asked. Hey, Katana, do you think you can help me over here?
With
I'm gonna
what?
hold. Can you help me find a way? Can you help me find a way? Out of character, can I hold my action and wait until she help helps me with advantage?
Or will Cortana have disadvantage also?
Cortana would generally have disadvantage too.
No, that's not what I meant.
Even with the help action?
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I mean, Cactus.
Here's a question: a route to what?
I'm gonna try to find a way. This way right here. I'm gonna see if I can try to find a route that leads away from the fungus guys.
Okay, I was playing something else, but yeah, on Katana's turn, she can give you the help, but so you can hold your action until it's her turn in order to do your survival roll.
Yes.
Okay.
And then that'll be it. And I am sorry, Cat, but this is the first time I'm using this.
Next idea, maybe use it when there's not a battle, maybe?
Well,
Anyway, Holnir, you're up.
Alright. Holnir will exit out of hiding. And we'll go scout ahead.
You are out of the aura.
I am quite fine with that. I am very tanky.
Also, you're a barbarian.
I think we established that earlier.
We established that earlier.
Anyway.
Is that all you're doing?
Yep. I can see these two, right?
Yeah, you can, and you notice that they are noticing you.
Basically, you see each other.
Well, this'll be fun.
Alright, it's Cortana's turn, and she is offering her action to help Quen. So, Quen, make your survival check.
Alright, advantage, and here it goes. Ha! There we go.
Okay, so...
20.
Alright, so you're trying to find the path that has no fighting.
Mm-hmm.
Exactamundo.
It would be this way.
Got it. Everyone, this way.
Anyway, it is now Lorelai's turn. And she is going to move up there for now. And that will be it for now. Daiso, you're up.
Okay. This is going to... let's see. She's going to follow Gwen. Go this way. It is this direction, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm so sorry I used this in the fight.
And so, yeah, and then there's wait, what's let's see, hang on. Speak with animals is not gonna help. What is the range is that one? 150, okay. Would this vine be in range of my, because I'm going to do a sleet spell. Alright, sleet storm.
You notice that the vine is covering a roof, and it's kind of come down the house like a cloth. So, depending on your range of your sleet storm,
It's a, yeah, see, range is 150 feet.
You can certainly try to use the sleet storm on the vine.
Yeah, she's gonna do it.
Okay, where are you playing? Where are you playing the sleet storm?
See, it's 20 foot.
It's a 20-foot tall cylinder with a 40-foot radius at a point.
Yep. So basically, you're putting it there, and then 20.
So in other words, from this point exactly, you'll be covering the whole vine.
Yeah.
As well as our pathway. And then some.
Dang.
I was thinking about putting it more closer to the vine.
So directly on the vine.
Yes.
That'll still cover the pathway. It's a 40-foot radius, so 80-foot diameter.
Oh, that's just perfect.
Well, I mean, we got this part of the path right here.
That still covers it, though.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
semi. But
Of course it does.
a little bit of path. That's about the best I can get.
You could have just done nothing.
Hey, at least it's better than nothing than you getting grabbed.
And it's true, and at least she's trying.
Okay, so I gotta mark up a spell.
Yeah,
Well,
and if anyone else is going off that path now, if you're going through the sleet storm, it's gonna be with disadvantage.
Dazo!
Hey, got land strike, so me.
You do! None of us do! Land strike only works for druids! There are two! You and Lorelei! What are we supposed to do?
Oh, wait! Oh! I have an idea! And Kat, you can tell me yay or nay. If I change into my warhorse would I be able to carry some of the group
That's gonna
through
give
the
you.
storm?
That's gonna give you disadvantage.
Oh yeah.
Is that the end of your turn?
Yes, it's the end of my turn.
Augment, you're up.